anyone that knows me fairly well and or has watched me for a number of years, they'll see me pick up a particular hammer like this one. Then they'll see me use this type of hammer, and occasionally and very rarely they might see me use a mallet like this. We wouldn't normally call this a hammer, but it works fine either way, mallet, hammer, whatever. Now these are two mallets that I've made a long time ago. This is a Bodark head with a mesquite shaft, which is not the best wood for the shaft, but it doesn't matter. And then I've got this one, which is made out of cedar elm, which grows in Texas. It's very dense, very slow growing, and it's one of the hardest woods I've ever worked with as a mallet, and it really works great. So I would probably shoot for one of these if I was using maybe the old traditional mortise chisels where they had a massive handle and they had a massive block of steel, and that took a lot of driving and it took a lot of weight. It's Newton's law, third law of equal and opposite forces. So that's what this one would be good for. It'd be great for the heavy timber framing kind of mallet work. This one's a little bit lighter weight. I would use this for bench work as well. And this one is the one I reach for two reasons. One, I use it as a chisel hammer, so it has a wonderful center of percussion. Everything is driving here. This is the Thorex 712. When you strike here, you feel like you've hit the sweet spot every single time. It never doesn't do what I ask it to do. So that's that one. This side is the soft side, and this would work very well. Pretty much no matter how much I beat with that size, I'm not going to damage the wood. I will compress the wood, but it'll spring back. This will damage the wood if I need it to, but I wouldn't want it to. So this is for my chisels. This is for my assembly of a joint, moving a panel, something that doesn't want to move. Then what about this one here? This is called a cross-peen hammer. This is, in my world, coming from England, it's called a Warrington hammer. What causes it to be called that is this cross-peen part here. Why is it a Warrington? Why do I use this? This is my nail driving hammer generally. It's my hammer for working on steel. If I'm doing some metal working, I want to planish something or I want to flatten something, I would use this hammer for that. And I also use it pretty much all the time for nails. The cross-peen works great. Watch this. If I'm driving here, my fingers get in the way. If I turn it over and hit right between my finger and thumb, it starts the nail. So even if I can't see it, if I just strike it, it'll hit that nail head, and then I can drive the nail with the flat face afterwards. So these are my choices of hammer and mallet. Steel hammer for nails, metal working. Some assembly, you will see me sometimes use this for assembling a wood joint like a dovetail joint, because it's up to you how much force you want to apply. This one definitely for assembling, for driving fairly heavy components like mortise and tenons and some dovetails. And then these for more heavy joinery, that type of work. But the lighter weight one I would use for joinery. I usually would not use this for assembly of joints. I don't really like it. The only time you can really do that is if you put wood in between to protect the wood. So those are my choices of hammering tools, and I think that you'll find these will probably meet every need you'll ever have for the next 60 years.